Hello, everybody. This is John Carter with Simpler Trading, and wanted to answer one of the questions that I get the most, and it's also one of the most daunting challenges most traders face when you start off. And the idea is that there are a lot of stocks out there. I think there's a total of like just over 10,000 stocks that are listed out there. And if you're going to be trading, whether you're trading the stock or you're trading the option on the underlying stock, the question is which one do you trade? You know, yeah, there's going to be the Nvidias and the Microsofts and the Teslas of the world, but then there's also, you know, the Reddits and the PayPals and stocks you haven't heard of and the meme stocks and the stock of the day and this stock's in the news, and it can be really daunting. And at the end of the day, you know, if your goal is to make $1,000, it doesn't matter if you make it on Nvidia or GameStop, right? But you want to be able to be in a situation where you have the highest probability of making that money. So how do you narrow down the list of 10,000 opportunities out there down to a handful that are teeing up to give you the highest probability moment in time for you today? You know, that's all we want, right? And that's all we got to look at. And part of the challenge on something like this is that, you know, while we do look at things like the NASDAQ or the S&Ps and, you know, is it going up or is it going down? Within the broader indexes themselves, different sectors are doing different things. So, you know, today you've got tech mostly up. Microsoft's doing well, but Apple's down. The markets are up today, but healthcare is down, and utilities are down, and consumer defense stocks are down. But, you know, other sectors are up. So it's not like if the indexes are up, everything's going up. If the indexes are up, some things are going up and some things are going down. And if the indexes are down, some things are still going up and some things are going down. And so the point is that while you want to be dialed in on the indexes, especially if you're trading the indexes, when it comes to individual stocks, you need to be able to kind of find the handful of opportunities that are poised to either explode to the upside or maybe implode, versus just kind of, you know, maybe they're going to move with the market or maybe they're not. But the idea is that there's setups out there that are actually can act independent of the market, and that kind of gives you that edge. Like, hey, even if the market goes down tomorrow, this stock still actually has a good chance of going up. Those are the kind of setups that I like. And over the years, I've certainly developed a watch list of stocks that I like, and of course, a lot of these are going to be familiar names, whether it's Netflix or, you know, all the names that we all like to trade, and the different sectors and everything that's moving like that. But I also want to know, you know, sometimes there are emerging stocks that are coming out there that, you know, you want to find out about. But at the same time, it's like, how do we find these stocks without getting kind of suckered into, you know, all the discords out there that are going to promote like a meme stock and blow it up and then, you know, ram it back down our throats, all the pump and dump schemes that are out there and things like that. So what we're looking for is legitimate setups that are tracking institutional flow coming into a stock, and so all the games and all the news don't really matter. And so the question is, how do we find the stuff? How do we narrow it down? So a large part of these questions drove our Simpler Trading scanner. And there are other scanners that are out there, but the scanners that are out there also filter for things that are kind of, I guess, for lack of a better term, common knowledge. Hey, find everything with an oversold RSI. Okay, all the standard indicators that are out there on every platform. But at Simpler Trading, one of the things that we've done over the years is we've actually created a lot of unique tools to help us gauge the market, whether it's the Squeeze Ultra or looking for a squeeze that's in ideal conditions at this exact moment in time, or a ready aim fire signal is firing off right now. Is it near a voodoo line? You know, the list goes on of all the things that we like to look for and encapsulate into a decision before pulling the trigger. And these are things that I just couldn't get on any other platform. And so what we've done with this scanner is we've come over here and it says, okay, yeah, if we want to scan all the symbols, all 10,651, we can. But we could also narrow that down to different sectors and different things like that. Just some basic stuff like, okay, let's maybe focus on stocks that are over $10, market cap, you know, if you want to, over maybe $1 billion, give or take. And you don't have to, you can scan all of them. But what'll happen is that'll kind of start narrowing down, you know, the things, and we can add volume and things like that too. But the most important thing is that I want to look for individual equities that meet specific criteria. So for that, I'm just going to come over here and click this. It says Browse Presets. And I can come over here and say I can create my own custom scan. And these are all the things that are in here. So you can look at, right now it's set to daily charts. We could look at weekly, we could look at monthly. We also could look at some intraday timeframes that I like to look at, 30-minute charts, 78-minute charts. Why a 78-minute chart? Well, the cash session's 360 minutes, 360 divided by 5 is 78. So you have 5 equal bars. So kind of a unique way to look at it. We've got the custom scans, but some of the ones in here that I just like to use, it's kind of a default. So one of my favorite ones is just like, okay, no matter what the market is doing, can we take a look and see what's going on in terms of the squeeze? So the daily bullish continuation ultra is the squeeze ultra, and I can come over here and click run. And then the first time I do this, I'm going to get a lot of results. And you can see that's certainly a lot of results, more than we need, frankly. But then what's nice about this is then I can come over here and just say like, all right, well, let's at least just sort by volume, and let's go by highest volume first. And at least that way you're kind of picking stocks that, all right, this has got some volume in here and great and all that kind of stuff too. What I've found recently is that there's a squeeze. If you guys are familiar with a squeeze, you may not be familiar with a squeeze. Let me show you what a squeeze looks like. So this is a recent squeeze that we found in the scanner. So this was on Chevron. And if you see these black dots here, that just means that a squeeze is starting, which essentially is a compression of volatility. And when that happens, essentially think of the stock as building up energy to release that energy. Then when these arrows pop up, what that simply means is that the ideal conditions for a squeeze exist. And when the ideal conditions for a squeeze exist, that's the best time to get in. And so you look for that, and then you look for that you're essentially looking for a pullback in between that 8 and 21 EMA. Typically the 13 EMA is kind of an average. So in something like this, we see the arrows, we put in our limit orders, we get filled, and then boom, we're kind of off and running, and you can stay in the trade until it loses momentum. That was a pretty sweet trade. If we want to narrow all those squeezes down to the ones that only have arrows, what do? So now there's a column over here for ideal squeeze. And you can see that while USO is in a squeeze, which is great, I like squeezes, the ideal conditions at this moment in time are not being met. Like, okay, well, I actually just want to see, what if we just narrowed it down to the only the ones that had ideal? So of all the 10,000 stocks that are out there, right now there's only, it looks like 23, 24 some odd stocks that meet the ideal conditions. So I can bring one of these up and say, okay, great, here is ASTS, Space Mobile, and great, we got the arrows, bada boom, bada bing, and raring to go. And typically on something like this, what I'm looking for is either an initial move to +2 ATR away from the mean. So we just kind of put that on the chart so we can see that as a target. Let's look at a couple more. CAVA, Kava Group. Now, it's hard to tell, but there's white arrows in the yellow. You can see it's actually, I guess I could zoom up there a second, but little white arrows right in there. And again, the idea here is that ideal conditions for a squeeze have been met. Great, right? So if you want to narrow this down even further, you can come over here and say, all right, you know what? Yeah, I want ideal squeezes only. And in the 52-week range, I want it to be in the top 80% of its range. Okay, so what does that mean? That just means that over the course of a year, if a stock is traded down here at 50, and up here at 100 over the last year, then it's at least within 80%. It's at the top 80% of its range. And what I like about this is that you're looking at a stock that's potentially near breaking out to new 52-week highs versus a stock that's down here. So if you're looking for a bullish scan, what you're looking for is something that's making a series of higher highs and higher lows, right? And that's kind of a quick way to filter out. So I'm going to add that on there. But the other thing I found on here is really nice is that if the relative strength as it relates to the S&P 500 is 70% or higher. And those two alone increase the odds of success exponentially. So now I can apply that, and then what happens is you can see it filters out a lot of stocks, and only a handful meet the criteria of that really strict ideal scan. So let's take a look at a couple of those. So one that's popping up again, 10,000 stocks out there, PWR on the daily chart, one of the only ones right now that meets the strict criteria. Now, for me, an ideal entry here would be any flush back into this zone. I don't mind buying something here and then knowing I may have to hold back for a pullback here. But the idea with this is that even with the stock market that's been struggling, the stock doesn't really care. And so it shows that there's a lot of demand for the stock. This is something that we want to be in. on the long side. And again, some of these will pop up where I hadn't really heard of them before, but this is one that had good earnings, a beautiful accumulation pattern. We've got an ideal squeeze happening right now, and this thing is poised. This pattern is one of the higher probability patterns where you're going to see a nice continuation after this, and oftentimes, regardless of the indexes themselves, which is pretty fantastic. All right, so hopefully that's helpful. So we saw very quickly how we went from like over 10,000 stocks down to a handful that were actionable setups that we could take the next trading day. And you can do the stock. Typically, if I'm doing options, I like to go at least 30 days out to kind of give it time. You can go further out. But if I see a daily setup, I'm not going to buy a call that expires in 2 days. That doesn't give it enough time, right? So a couple things like that. So what I showed you today is just kind of the logic, the filtering framework behind how I approach every single trading morning. And if you want to go deeper, I write about this process in detail in Simpler Insights every week. Specific setups, sector analysis, what I'm watching, why I'm watching it, all the things. It's just kind of like the next level of detail beyond what I can cover in a YouTube video. So there's a link in the description below if you're interested in that. If you want the full technical breakdown, the exact scanner settings, the indicator values, the criteria that I use to rank the final 5, that's in my scanner training inside the Simpler community. But honestly, just start with what I showed you today. Build the free version, run it for 2 weeks, and you'll understand exactly what you're optimizing for. Then the paid tools will make a lot more sense because they just can kind of take you to the next level. If you got value from this, hey, hit subscribe, hang out, see what we're going to put out next. We're always trying to put out value. We try to put out this kind of content every week. Feel free to drop a comment what sector you're going to be looking at today based on what you saw. And hey, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you at the next one.